I'm sure a lot of ink is going to be spilt over Rishi Sunak's decision to let Suella Braverman off, over Rishi Sunak's pulling back from sacking Suella. He certainly had enough ammunition. So why didn't he do it? It's like, why didn't Hannibal sack Rome when he had an opportunity? So she definitely fell into the position where she had technically broken the ministerial code. Not once, but twice. The civil servant issue about using civil servants to avoid a public speed awareness test lesson, and the legal charity started by Sherry Blair that she was involved with, that she was formally linked to, and through which she made her own links to lawyers now at ministerial level in the Rwandan government, and now in receipt of £140 million of taxpayers' money. And that's one thing. The other thing is that even when Rishi Sunak let her off, she was ready with an apology, which she repeated today, which recognises that there was error on her part, as well as a recognition that she could and should have acted differently, acted otherwise. Today, Sunak gave in, but tomorrow, could he be a braver man? Because while the ERG is strong, the force is strong. Feel the force. The force is strong with this one. While the ERG is strong, and Rishi Sunak is seen as a lightweight in ERG Tufton Street terms, indeed, their chief idol, Kemi Badenoch, has taken a tumble, failing to burn the EU laws on the bonfire of ideology, and she has earnt the ire of Jacob Rees-Mogg, meaning that only all hope lies with Braverman. All this looks like Sunak would have had to have bowed to ERG pressure to allow only Braverman still to hold her place, because there was no one else. Except that this evening we got the news that civil servants had chopped Boris again to the police, making the ERG incandescent about that, making them wonder whether or not Rishi Sunak had connived in the shopping of Boris Johnson yet again. Had Sunak delayed, he could have said damn to the whole lot and killed two birds with one stone. Instead, he acted uncharacteristically in haste and forgave Suella this morning, and still faces an ERG backlash this afternoon for Boris. Bad luck all round to Rishi Sunak, bad luck to Braverman, because I'm sure Braverman really would prefer to be on the backbenches plotting to usurp Sunak. And there's just time. Now, if Sunak delays for another 3 months or so, he can get rid of Suella Braverman, because no one will challenge him with so little time to go before the end of the parliamentary session, before the end of this parliament. No one will challenge him in that time, because there's 18 months left at the very most now. So if we took a few months out to campaign, there is just time for a new person to get their feet under the table. Give it another 3 or 4 months, there is no time. So the problem for the ERG is that the only other candidates for promotion under the public eye are either has-beens like Jacob Rees-Mogg, or good seconds like Miriam Cates, who supported Braverman, you recall, at the election against Liz Truss. Of course, there is Andrea Jenkins, who's trying very hard to make herself significant. She's the lady with the aggressive finger salute outside 10 Downing Street, and she's been very active recently. She could be groomed by the ERG to be their next big hope. That is, if Suella Braverman goes, it's only a matter of time or timing. Today, Rishi Sunak's timing was wrong. Next week, it may be better. And Andrea Jenkins is really sort of digging up the dirt in the pond, isn't she? She was saying today, in response to the 45 Just Stop Oil activists who blocked the road, she's saying, can't you just drag them off? Can't we have a revival of the way protesters were dragged off in the 1980s? The problem is, I think Andrea Jenkins is a bit of a laughing stock. There is no one ready to carry the flag of the ERG banner against the blob except Braverman. Now, Braverman survived this time, but I nurture an idea about all of this. I think that this was not an accident. I think this was a warning shot, a shot across the bows of Braverman for her speech this last week. Don't get above yourself, Braverman, Sunak is saying, because the keys to number 10 are not available to you yet. And I think Sunak was sending a signal. I don't think he had any intention of getting rid of Braverman at this stage. I think it's also possible he's got some significantly darker material stuffed inside his coat pocket that could be pulled out, and she knows it. I don't think Suella Braverman is as squeaky clean as she needs to be. I think she is too reckless. I think there are other failings and other ministerial other instances where she has technically broken the ministerial code, and it would only take one small technical error for her to be dumped, if Rishi thought he could get away with it.